One question I'm very often asked is, should I be doing expiratory muscle training or should I be doing inspiratory muscle training? And the answer is, well, that really depends on your teaching style. I always say that if you ask 10 teachers for their opinions about breathing, you will get 10 completely different opinions. Everybody breathes differently and teaches breathing differently. So the thing is that when we inhale, we engage the diaphragm, we know this, but as we exhale and as we move through a phrase, we actually engage the diaphragm as a brake in order to counteract elastic recoil forces, and this is particularly true at higher lung volumes. Once we reach the functional residual capacity, that's when the abdominal muscles and the expiratory muscles really start to engage to help us move the air and to control that. But definitely, as a general pedagogical principle, we know that the way that we inhale and the way that we then engage the rib cage and counteract and antagonize those forces of the exhale influence the way that we are then able to move through our phrase. It really helps us to control our subglottal pressure, which is quite important. So I would say that this is really one more tool to add to your pedagogical toolbox. A lot of the same benefits can be gained from breathing exercises in general, but this is one more of those ways to engage in kinesthetic awareness and in overall strengthening of the breathing mechanism.